My name is Michael Henry, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer of CYFIRMA, and I'm responsible for the company's overall product strategy and roadmap. I am passionate about technology, and for the past 2 decades, I've helped multinational organizations navigate the complexities of transformation, integrating technology into business models as a key enabler of growth. CYFIRMA is a highly innovative cybersecurity startup pushing the boundaries of cyber defense. We have a relentless focus on helping our clients and partners stay ahead of cyber adversaries by empowering them with cyber intelligence and actionable insights. We are a global company headquartered in Singapore and count the world's Fortune 500 companies as our clients. Our customers spread across the financial services industry, manufacturing, F&B, and retail, just to name a few. We also work with managed service providers, global system integrators, and many technology partners. Before joining CYFIRMA, I spent the majority of my career in the corporate world, so I understand what keeps CIOs, CTOs, and CISOs and their teams up at night. I have lived through the 2 a.m. phone calls and alerts that something has happened. A network is down, websites crashed, payment gateway is offline, and more recently, the increasing risk of threat actors getting into our network. Ransomware alerts, malware detections, suspicious network traffic, and the question we all ask ourselves, have we been compromised? Our world has never been more volatile. Threat actors have never been more active, and they have never been more successful. As a result, we need to stop playing their game, which is the catch-up game. We need to change the game completely. We need to become more proactive and get ahead of threat actors. And to do this, we need to develop a different mindset and change the way we undertake risk assessments and keep up with evolving threats. And we need to execute strategy and scenario planning differently and ensure we start to see our organizations from the outside in. We need to start looking through the hacker's lens. We've created a 3-part video series on how CYFIRMA has changed the game and helped organizations move from reactive to proactive using our external threat landscape management approach, enabling organizations to take back control. So in the first episode, I'll explain my perspective on modern scenario planning, risk reframing, and the importance of an outside-in view an organization must adopt to get ahead of threat actors. The threat landscape is now far more complicated than it has ever been. Traditional ways of thinking about risk and strategies built around legacy cyber defense techniques are losing effectiveness. The conventional risk assessment approach assumes risks are well known, quantifiable, and fixed for a period of time. But we know that cyber threats are not static and constantly evolving. Cyber threats that initially appear as low risk can quickly escalate, shutting down business operations and paralyzing critical infrastructure. And we have seen examples of these over and over again, seemingly isolated issues connecting together to cause significant impact to businesses. Events such as credentials leaked via a third party and sold on the dark web, recycled passwords or outdated password policies, multi-factor authentication weaknesses, patch vulnerabilities, misconfigured platforms, and process flaws being exploited and linked together by threat actors to get their first steps inside an organization. These occurrences are becoming more and more common. What events like these are telling us is that it's critical for organizations to understand their external attack surface, identify their exposure, and understand how and why they may be a target of cyber criminals. They also show us that there is a critical need for organizations to have trusted threat intelligence that removes the noise and allows for constant monitoring and analyzing of the threat landscape, especially as an organization's transformation ambitions unfold, which can, in many cases, widen the attack surface or introduce new risks unknowingly. The first thing organizations need to do is move away from traditional risk analysis and start to reimagine and reframe the view of risks and their likelihood of occurring. Risks need to be assessed holistically, and connections between individual risks never thought possible explored and mitigated. Reframing risk allows an organisation to build risk scenarios that act as a new view of how the future may unfold with limited constraints. Adopting this mindset caters for the unpredictable, which helps remove biases and preconceptions. The second step is for an organisation to fully understand all the technology assets, their external exposure and vulnerabilities, together with evolving global sector and industry threats. The third step is to understand who the potential threat actors are, their motives, their targets, why they are looking at you, and when they might attack. And the final step is to feed this continuous flow of contextual intelligence, data points, and actionable insights into an organisation to drive risk analysis, strategy planning, and operational activities. This deeper level of external threat intelligence will enable organisations to rapidly respond to changes to their risk posture before it's too late. However, our research has highlighted that unfortunately for many organisations, this critical level of threat intelligence and external threat visibility is not widely known or understood, even though IT security spend has increased. And this is impacting an organisation's ability to develop much needed defence strategies. So why are many organisations in this position? Security teams are under immense pressure to protect their organisations. There has been an increase in IT security spending, but still there is limited traction being achieved and organisations still don't have the right level of threat intelligence. Our analysis has identified 6 key challenges causing organisations to lose ground against threat actors. These challenges include tool sprawl, disparate system and noise overload. They also cover the issue of having limited visibility into a company's external threat landscape, together with the inability to adequately quantify risk and the lack of actionable insights. In the next episode, I will deep dive into these 6 challenges, together with the importance of knowing your strengths and weaknesses as we explore the CYFIRMA external threat landscape management model further.